So in this video, I want to quickly talk about the use of and where to find some of the tools. So I touched on this very briefly in the first video, but didn't quite get into it. So you'll notice that to start, let me hit escape here because I've got a tool already selected. You'll notice that to start, you've got your tool palette off to the side. This is your large tool set. To find this, and this is true for both a Mac and a PC, you go to View, Tool Palettes, and you want to make sure that large tool set is selected. So if I click on that, it'll go away because now I've unselected that. So let me go back to View, Tool Palettes, and click on large tool set. For what we're going to do for the first few weeks, at least for sure the first week, you don't need anything but this tool palette set. You'll notice that you've got some of your tools duplicated up here in the upper bar here, and if I'm working on a Mac, which I am, this is how I add more tools to that. I right click. So again, this is for Mac users. I will go over this with for PC users as well. You're going to right click on this and you're going to go to Customize Toolbar. Click on that, and what appears is basically the icon of every possible little tool that you could want to use. If you want to bring any of these tools into the mix, some of which I like to use are standard views, styles. I like to have shadows up. What I do is I just click on that, drag it while I'm holding down on my left click, and I just pull it up into the upper bar, and you'll notice that I get a little plus sign there, so I can just drop it there. I can do the same thing with styles, so I'm clicking and holding down with my left click. I'm going to do the same thing with shadows. Click with my left click on my mouse and hold it down, drag it up and drop it. If there's something I don't want, something that's duplicated, like let's say I don't want the line tool twice, I can just drag that out into nothingness and it'll just disappear. So some of the ones that I'm not going to use very often, or some of the ones that are just duplicates of what I've already got here, like if I can see that I've got basically the exact same thing, I'm just going to click on that and drag it out into nothingness and let it go. When I'm done, simply click on Done, click. If I'm working on a PC, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go under View, Tool Palettes, and some of these larger tools, some of these other tool sets will show up here. I can also do tools and view them here. Click on any of them. But this is actually activating the tools, so I wouldn't recommend this as a way of getting your tools to show up in your upper bar there. So let's go ahead and click out of that, and that gets us set up for the location of where all the tools are. So again, we'll get into some of these other more intense tools as the class progresses, but for now, make sure you've got, all that's really important is that make sure you've got this large tool set here. In fact, I'm going to get rid of this just to avoid any confusion. So all you want is this guy here, and you'll see that it's a free-floating, free-moving window like most windows operate on any program. So that's getting us started for that. So we're going to go ahead and stop right there for just a moment.